Uh, so apparently my last video on my phone that I'm using to record all this was too long, and I can't upload it all because it's based in multiple videos. So I'm gonna try to do this as quick as I can and as fluent as I can. We're reviewing today Space Marine 2. Now, Space Marine 2 follows the story of Captain Titus, and your main enemy is going to be the Tyranids. Now, the first game that they released, which is Space Marine Run for the PS3, they were fighting orcs, and you followed again Titus. So it's a direct sequel storyline wise, and it's great, beautiful story for both one and for two. I can't wait for them to release more story content for two. Just like this is just a fact, and this is going to go into the pros later, which is the roadmap, and we'll get into that later. So it's a direct sequel. It deep dives into the Captain Titus's lore as to what's going on with him, why he is where he is, and what happened to him after Space Marine One. You do not need to play Space Marine One to understand Space Marine Two. Through the course of the story, Space Marine One's story gets unlocked more and more and pushed to the forefront, and it's done in confrontation in a confrontational way between the main character and the rest of the crew. So that's that. Now, the game has an older gaming style feel. So there's consequences to your actions. It's not as fast. You won't have as much reaction speed. You got to be more aware because you just don't have the fastest reaction speed. Even if your reaction speed is great, the character in game does not. And that's good to see. I like it. It was well made in that aspect. Um, so, you know what? I'm just gonna straight up. We're just gonna go into the pros. I have a freaking long list of pros, so you're gonna have to deal with this. Um, One of the pros is you're a big dude with a big gun and not enough bullets and a lot of enemies. That is a pro. I have a plethora of enemies. I don't gotta work. I can blow through all of my ammo and start hitting stuff with my sword, and there's still enemies to come for days. It is a great game to play if you just want to live out the power fantasy of I'm a big man, I'm a big soldier, and I can swat things. Great, pro, well done. There's multiple ways to enjoy this game, be it single player, co-op, or PvP. The co-op I have not delved into the most. However, the PvP I have. I got this game mostly for the PvP based off of the first game. I love the PvP in the first game, and this game didn't. What the heck is my cat doing? He's fine. Um, it definitely did not disappoint me in that regard. There's there's an endless gameplay loop in the co-op and the PvP. It will constantly go around. You will never get tired. So pro, good job. The developer Saber came out with a roadmap before the game released, and it was a good job on the devs in my opinion, because this allowed the player base to understand what was coming and what was in store for them. And this was honestly just a smarter move. I liked it. I'm very happy with what they did, and I'm great because I can go do other things and know when to come back. Um, Saber listened to the player base. The reason I say that is because of the Vanguard class. The Vanguard class originally had an ability called the Grappling Hook. It is their main ability, and it used to stun lock people. People hated it for that. And Saber listened to the player base, and they said, "Yo, you need to change this. Don't have it just stun lock people. You can stun them for like a second, maybe, but nothing more." And they listened. They took that feedback in and they changed it appropriately. Vanguard class isn't broken anymore. Great job. Good job. Oh, hey, Sweet Pea. Um, another pro is you have crossplay with everyone. You can crossplay Xbox to PlayStation to PC. Everybody can play with everybody. Good job. Love it. Pro. The co-op has a leveling system for classes and weapons. That's not always something that happens. However, it is a nice portion to the game that is if you're into that kind of stuff, this is a game for you. You'll feed into this endless cycle of looping very easily. The PvP drip is real, and it is great. It is the only way to be able to customize the outside of your Space Marine, besides colors. Like if I want to be a salamander, I got to pick green. But if I want to have like the bedazzling of some other cool stuff, I got to play the PvP. That's just how the game is set up. It is what it is. I still say it's a pro. Now in the PvP specifically, this is a pro point because it allows the players to not be overrun. There is a limited class count. You can only have two of each class per game. So there's only two tacticals, two assaults, two bulwarks. You get the point that I'm going across. You can't have six snipers all in one game. That would suck. And they didn't allow that to happen. And it was a bonus. +1. Good job. Another pro. Fantastic story. I will not elaborate. Go play the game. The community is extremely open for helping people, and it's mostly encouragement and what to look out for. Again, my experience is heavily based out of PvP, so take my thing with a grain of salt. When I did play Operations, which is the co-op mode, they the players I played with were very helpful and to figure out like, hey, be on the lookout for this. So good job. Another pro: no loot boxes. Enough said. Um, Another pro: it is a complete game. I'll bet there is DLC, but the DLC is cosmetic in nature only, and the devs have stated as such. Pro point. Good job. The game can be played in offline mode, be it is just single player, so like take it with a grain of salt. You can still play it offline if you wish. Pro point. Another pro point is there are easy ways to regain health, armor, and ammo all across the maps you play in. Now you got to know where to look, and you got to look for that little shimmer of like metallic that are on these items to point them out to the player. But otherwise, it's simple, easy to find, easy to get, no issues. Another pro point: the customization of your personal Space Marine is fantastic. You can easily spend an hour just customizing the crap out of your Space Marine. I'm all for it. I say it's a pro point. Good job. All right, now these last pro points are kind of short and sweet and to the point, so I'm going to just rattle them off. The combat, pro point. You get to shoot laser. Oh, wait a minute. This is my Sparking Zero stuff. Where's my Space Marine? That's my. Oh gosh darn it. Well, I don't have the other sheets, so I'll probably have to redo this episode. But there's not a lot of negative points for this game. I really enjoyed this game as a whole, and I really do recommend it to a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. If you want to play this fantasy trip out, like where you're this big dude and you just want to beat the living heck out of things because like they're Xenos, they're aliens, and you would just want to follow a good storyline and you want to have a fun time, you want to maybe play a couple rounds with friends, and you want to maybe have like a squad of people that goes in PvP and plays against people, it's great. It is a solidly done game. It's a wonderfully done game. The graphics are great. And that is a pro point, but that does not sell this game in the slightest. Everything else stands on its own. You could have bad graphics, and this game would stand as a good game alone on itself. Let me see. What is really a bad thing about this game? In the beginning, a con was the fact that it had a lot of disconnection issues. They've done a good job of fixing that, so I don't think that's around much anymore. So take that con with a grain of salt. But overall, like honestly, this game is as close to a 10 out of 10 of a game as I can really think of. If if you're into this kind of game, into this kind of action adventure, give it a run. If you're into Warhammer, get the game. Done. Enough said. You will love it. If you're not into Warhammer, but you're curious about the game, I'd say give it a run. Maybe play with a friend, have a friend show you it. Maybe look up some YouTube videos. The entire storyline is done and completed on my YouTube channel where this video is posted. So if you want to look through it because you just want to know, watch the videos. They're good. They're well written. And otherwise, cheers and have a good day. Bye.